Hi everybody, Cam here, and it's time for another tips and tricks video. This time it's 10 top tips and tricks for Alpha 20 in 7 days to die. So they're not in any particular order. They're good tips, some beginner ones, some advanced ones maybe, and some just reminders in case you've been playing the game for quite a while. If this is the kind of video that you like to watch, please do check out my 27k or a motorbike on day one. This was done in 120 minutes days, please be warned, but there are no XP multipliers, no nothing at all. But please note I did increase the game day itself to 120, but it still shows you what you can do. Okay, it's always a good watch. And also my latest series at the moment, This Means War, where I'm actually going through 4 biomes, one a week, starting in the forest, going all the way up to the wasteland, starting on nomad difficulty, getting up to insane mode. Each one's got to have a different base. It's absolutely murder. Please do watch it. I think you really will enjoy it. It's fantastic. So anyway, without further ado, let's get on and see what the 10 tips are. Parking meters. Why have I started with parking meters? Well, you may or may not know this, but parking meters are in the city areas of 7 days to die, and you can take them apart and you can get iron scraps from them, but you can also get dukes. So why is this important? Well, say you're after hours and the trader is actually shut on you and you need food quick. You know where the vending machine is in town or city, you got no money on you. Well, go and take apart a couple of parking meters and get some money. As you can see here, I'm not doing too bad really. I can get a good 100 or 2 easily within about 5 minutes, and that could be what you need to save you through the night. Good one, parking meters. Wrenches. So why is a wrench important when you first start up in 7 days to die? Well, the reason is you've got to take things apart so you can make other things such as guns, ammunition, all sorts of kind of things. And to do that, you need a wrench. Now, the best place I found to find a wrench is actually here in this motel. Not this motel. Don't go near this one. It's no good. And the reason is you're looking for sinks that have got cabinets underneath them. In those cabinets, you've got a good chance, or fair chance, of finding a wrench. You've also got a good chance of finding glue and also cloth. Now, the glue and cloth together will make duct tape, and when you take apart workbenches and things like that, you can find iron bars. With the duct tape and the iron bar, you can make a repair kit, and you can repair your wrench and carry on. So it's really good. So a wrench, get a wrench early on in game. Lifesaver. Mailboxes and newspaper vending machines. So what's important about these? Well, for some reason, since the latest update, Alpha 20, they're giving you an abundance of perk books, and these really are a good way of actually improving your game very early on. The kind of perks that you can get is like the Hunter's Journal, where it gives you 10% more damage against things like bears, wolves, coyotes, birds, that kind of thing. You've got Needle and Thread, which allows you to make things that makes your life a lot easier, such as pants, shoes, all kinds of headwear, you name it. Also got Ranger's Guide to Archery, so if you're going down the archery route, this is a must. And don't forget, every time you clear all 7 of these perks, you get the extra perk as well, which is fantastic. And Spear Hunter. Well, if you're into spear hunting, up to you, but this is always a good one as well. It all adds up. Well worth looting these books. Guns and mods. The weird thing about guns and mods are if you add a mod to your gun, for some reason it unloads all your ammo. So if you're like me and you forget, and you go in, you find a mod and you stick it on your gun, next time you try and shoot one of the horde, you'll find you ain't got any ammo in it to shoot them with. So please bear in mind, if you do add any mods to any weapons, you need to reload. If you've got a crappy gun, say it's only worth 40, like the double barrel shotgun, and you want to make a little bit more money, then add a mod to it, because then the mod will put the price up for you. As in this case, up to 64, so you've added 24 value to it. But the other thing you can do also is, if you don't want to add a mod, some of these guns are actually worth more money if you scrap them. So we've got our shotgun worth 40. If we scrap it, the scrap is worth 90. Bear in mind, however, that some guns that you do scrap are worth the same amount of money, so this only works on certain ones. They're still a great tip. Just remember, reload! God's sakes, reload! Spike traps, or iron spike traps, wood spike traps. Now, if you're going to build a base, these are great. These are absolutely great as static traps. The iron ones are great because they do a lot more damage and they're a lot more resistant. Wood spikes are really cool. You can make them up really quick. Downside to iron spikes, they take forever to make. I mean, if you start on one, it'd take you 40 seconds just to make that one. However, a wood spike in comparison only takes 4 seconds. And with a wood spike, what you can do is, you can make a load of them, you can lay them down, and then using your hammer, you can upgrade them as long as you've got the iron bars. A lot quicker. So why make the iron spikes? You can do, I suppose, but make wood ones and then upgrade them a lot quicker. So you've learned all the books you can in Ranger's Guide to Archery, which we showed you earlier. You can get from news vendors or you can get them from mailboxes. So what's the best thing to do with them? Well, I tell you what, get out your dusty old crossbow or your dusty old bow and make some explosive crossbow bolts. Why? Well, firstly, they're easy to make. All you need is one steel arrowhead, which you can find all around the place, to be honest with you. A couple of scrap polymers, 8 gunpowder and a duct tape. Why go to all the trouble? Because these things are overpowered and hardly ever used. So to give you an idea, watch this. How brilliant is this? You think you've got to the end of the POI. There are bloody hundreds of them there. They're all baying for your blood. You whip out your crossbow. Boom, take that. What could be better? So underrated, so overpowered. Explosive crossbow bolts. Loot bags. You don't just get yellow common loot bags anymore. You also get blue epic loot bags. So what's the difference between the two? Well, the common ones get dropped by your average kind of zombie. You know, your skinnies, your bows, your darlings, all those kind of ones. Now the blue ones drop from the higher level ones, such as the big mamas, or the rights, or even the bikers. So what's the difference between the two? Well, not a great deal. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. You get just as good things in a common one as you do, by the looks of it, in an epic one. But this could change. Buried supplies. So why are buried supplies on this list? That is a very good question. The reason is some people don't realise that the top level of all the soil takes a lot longer to dig through than underneath. So why is that important? Well, you think about it. If I dig a hole, it's going to be 250 damage to get through it. If I dig directly underneath, it's going to be quicker. Does that make sense? Here's how it works. As you can see, digging above has got 250 damage to the soil. If I just go below the soil line, this turns into 200. So I can get through the 200 a lot quicker than I can the 250. So what you do is you dig down and then you go right underneath the soil on top, and you can actually dig a lot quicker. The reason you want to dig a lot quicker is the more that you dig out, the target gets smaller and smaller, and you will be able to find your buried supplies a lot quicker. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, No, unfortunately, exploding crossbow bolts don't make the holes bigger. What you need for that is a rocket launcher. Good luck finding a working forge, workbench, chemistry station or cement mixer. Since the upgrade to Alpha 20, they don't exist anymore. It used to be a case of you didn't have to sink any points in, you could find them around the world or even at trader bases. No longer the case. Best you can hope for is to loot them and see if you can find either a schematic or some good loot. But don't forget, even in the world you can still take them apart for parts, such as iron bars, and this is handy in early game stage. So well done if you've lasted this long. I'm really proud of you, and I hope you've kept yourself awake as well. I hope it hasn't been too boring or anything, but this is the point where I'd like to say thank you so much to my subscribers and all the people who've actually watched my channel. I really massively appreciate it. If you like what you see, please do subscribe or like. It's entirely up to you, but to a small YouTuber like me, it makes a massive difference. Also, any comments or any suggestions for future videos would be greatly appreciated. And now, on to number 1. Traders. So why is the last one traders? Well, this could be the most complicated, this could be the most easiest, but what I can tell you is there are things you can do with the traders. Now, I don't know about you, but when I actually first start up the game and I look at their quests, some of them I think, oh crikey, I don't really want to do those. The fastest ones I always find are the ones where you can go and grab the supplies straight from the actual POI itself. Run in, grab it, run out again. The second most enjoyable one is to clear the place, and the third one is probably to do fetch and a clear at the same time. Worst one is bury supplies. That takes forever these days. It used to be quite quick. It's quite a nightmare if you haven't got any skill points into digging or you haven't got a really good shovel. So what do? Well, if I'm not recording and I'm playing just sociably, I can reload the trader. Now this only works if you've got a local game. It doesn't work on a server. So all you do is you have a look at the quests you've got there. If you don't like them, you log out. Log back in, you get another set. What could be more simpler? Say you've used up all your trades for that day, or the quests for that day. Log out, log back in, and it's refreshed. But best of all, what if you've just broken over a tier? So you've gone from a tier 1 to a tier 2. Do you really want to wait another day for that? Log out, log back in, and there are your tier 2s. You can always go back a tier, don't forget. So if you want to do a tier 1, you can still do it. It's entirely up to you, but it does make life a lot easier. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Have a good day.